you again for tuning back in. Appreciate you. Thank you for your time, your energy, everything else you gave to sacrifice yourself or to get yourself to sit right here with me again. That we are two or more in agreement on these things and in these situations that we are facing in our lives. So, here on Distributions for Solution, I deal with everything that what you say. Part of that is with marketing, and we're doing with look out for the digital products and things to come you can get yourself into while you are on here learning and participating with everything too, spreading the knowledge and the word and everything. And you're gonna be able to see products and services that's gonna be a need for you, things that's gonna be able to boost yourself, and if things that you like as far as learning different avenues of digital, digital marketing, e-commerce, stretching that little bitty stuff, micromanaging, little entrepreneur stuff to further you and understanding some things you can get into. Just make sure that you be on the lookout for that also. That's going to be here on the page. I'm going to start really promoting that a lot more, a lot more of those things and services and ideas and decisions that I'm going to put out as far as that's going to help us get some of that going. It's going to help. And then it's going to help too because, with y'all being on here and the people that be on here and the new people that come and stuff, y'all going to be able to see not only the page grow and everything on here grow, but as far as the knowledge and information itself, we'll be able to expand. Because it's going, did you know that I always say each one teach one? But did you know that with that, then everything can start growing leaps and bounds? Start growing, you feel me? So part of this video, y'all, that's important. Disclaimer, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see this, you're gonna see that, you're gonna see me smoking. You're gonna probably be some cussing and things like that. It's gonna be a disclaimer that flash on there. So this video is intended to educate and enlighten you on a whole lot of stuff. Maybe you didn't know, maybe you need to know, maybe you don't want to know, but those that want to know, here it is. I have been talking about a lot where you see where I've been diving into Christianity, religion, because this is part of leadership. Leaders gonna take the role to do the research and find out information, and even have to need be go against those that act like or try to pretend or and I'm up for the debate, So the thing about it with me is, as y'all know, y'all see who I am, and you also know 9 times out of 10 when we talk about something, don't everybody act like they don't want to listen, but when somebody else from a different race come up and talk about it, everybody all ears on the screen, all eyes on me. Now, did y'all know that part of all of that is propaganda? I know, huh? Keep me going. I'm thankful that it's legal. It took them long enough. Y'all, I remember a long time ago. I don't know if it was fake, I don't know. But I seen on a $10 bill, there was a black man on it. It was like maybe Louisiana, Mississippi, somewhere around there, and they was toiling the land, and it was herb. on this road, paved road. This when they was pushing carts and horse and carriage. So what remind me of that is like during the time when our ancestors were sharecropping, taking the name of this and stuff, slavery and everything, getting all these things done to us. As we in family had Masons in our family, we seen the change. We seen the change since the 1920s with the orders of things. Our community have signed up, petitioned for things to help the community that was brought by certain people and organizations that said they was going to do this and said they was going to do that. It never happened. You know, it comes to a point in time as you sit back and instead of you just saying why all the time, and then the people that already know why not telling you why, one has to figure out for himself. One has to go out and look and see for himself what's going on. Now, these people that go out and go look for themselves, they're all going to be classified as crazy. All right? You're going to be classified as, oh, you a conspiracy theorist, you this and you that. They always put a label on you because that is the order that the king has handed down, that we all shall be one people and we shall follow the ordinances of the Gentiles. We're living just like this is a holiday today, Monday. It's holiday. I don't know what day is a holiday. One of them. Y'all look it up today. It's the ordinance of the Gentiles. Unfortunately, I don't care how you want to call it or you want to say it. It is. You got to follow these. Now, these ordinances and stuff that we're talking about, you got good and bad in everything. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do, I've always said that we couldn't never point out who these people were and all this stuff, who it was. Even though I got on here Steve Coakley on one of my broadcasts where it's talking about the Bole order and everything, people still ain't got it. Still ain't getting it. So let me break it down to you this way. And the reason this is part of economics, because you got to know what you're getting into before you get into it. Because as me being a man that have been in business, you start seeing the progression and the segregation in your people when you amongst your people, and then when you not amongst your people, you see who not for you. You see how you supposed to act a certain way or be a certain way. And I found out that's part of you need to become what they consider a bourgeoisie. You need to be turned into this. This is through education, their education system, and through this, it's to tame the savage beast that's what's in you, and for you to become a humble brother, a humble sister. So it's because I got too much, what they say, black in me, he can't be humble. He talk too much. He do this, he do that. All these different labels of people that want to be out here and telling you the truth. They say all this negative stuff about you. Now, so I start going against this order about why is it that this stuff been trickled down through us, and we have adopted again another type of social order and status to feel that we gonna be accepted into somebody's life, instead of understanding we need to be accepted in our own lives. We need to be loved and cared for and felt in our own lives, because these people that set themselves up since 1504. They already in Philly Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They done set themselves up long time ago. They got charters and members all throughout the United States, Caribbean, United Kingdom. And these scholars, y'all, that were they were pigment, was very light, and they was bright, and they was right, and they was black Milanos. You see in TV all the society where these black women acting and doing way and talk to you the way they do. Y'all, it's an old movie that showed this black lady where she was a hoe first, right? Then she had kids. Then after she had kids, she stopped being a hoe, and then from the daughter to the daughter's daughter and on down, she became like a madam, and she was just teaching all the kids some hoe shit. All the way down. And then it came up today in modern day. It was like the society and everybody living, and all of the black women, they are not so in touch with themselves and everything that what you see today. It was an old movie. I'm telling you, man, it's a trip. But things of what you see from old are the things of what you see today. Ain't nothing new under the sun. This has hit us from. They had a chapters, you know, they call them chapters and charters. They had all this stuff, over 1,000 of them. Look, all over the place. Look, throughout the United States, the Caribbean island. Look, they was all the way in the United Kingdom. They was all over the place. Remember the Knights Templars and all? They all know about that. They got the game right now, Assassin's Creed. Who you think all that is about? Y'all, come on, stay with me now while I'm talking to you. I don't need you to drown out. I don't need you to get all like Yanni on me, because the whole Tesla thing, theory, all that, with the 369 and all that, that's birthed in the Divine Nine. These universities have different organizations where they call the sons of Amen Ra and this and that. All of our Egyptian pantheon, all of our art, artifacts, history, knowledge, and things like that has been suppressed into these Greek societies, Greek letter organizations, and you see these glimpses of them in TV, in personality, and all over the place. And that is the order. You can show it, but you damn sure can't claim. You can claim it over here, but you damn sure can't claim it out there. That's the way it has to be. That's the catch 22 on your ass. Okay, so look, to basically put it like this, this thing is like overseeing a ship. This shit is going nationally. It's been going globally since the time of Alexander, Ptolemy, Napoleon. We can keep it going back. We can keep, as soon as when they came. All right. Just so as today, as we are people that are in throughout the United States right now, living in all of the inner city neighborhoods and everywhere, you see an influx of Caucasian people, all different races and stuff like that, because it's called Nipsey and them, they said it. Gentrification. Martin Luther King and them, they said it was segregation. Or whatever the word it was, whatever. Bringing them together, and you seen what happened. So this is the same thing that we getting today. There's nothing new under the sun. So throughout the whole black diaspora, all right, y'all already know this been since King Leopold from the Congo. It was rubber, y'all, that was growing on the rubber tree. It was real rubber trees that produced sap that was a tarry substance that you could put together and bounce it on the ground. You kick it. The Aztecs, even the Olmecs even knew about it. To show kin and fellowship with each other, they bought that from Kemet over there to South America. This is before the conquistadors and all them came. Stealing stuff. That's why Spain is major for soccer. It is what it is. You got to know this, because you have to, when you doing this stuff, you got to have people to oversee what your affairs is while you sitting in the upper room, the high places. Remember y'all, spiritual wickedness is governed in high places. Top of the pyramid. They had to change all the pyramid structure from Kemet, from coming from Aset. The whole death scene from Temple of Ramses. Why? Because it's not only just to put you in the sleep, but it's to put you in place in this order. because they went through a dark age. In its medieval times, or the Renaissance period. And after they got done killing, just fighting each other and killing each other for no reason, they said, we'll never be broke again. We'll never go. After they seen everything that was going on over there in King, they, what the hell is going on? And we black people just don't get it. That's because you got too many black people out here that want to get in to fit in. That's not gangster. That's not G. You want to get in, get out of that wanting to get in to fit in mentality and habit. A leader is a loner. A real leader don't talk like that. You got to count your steps and count your blessings out here in this world today. You have to understand that just like they made us, we looked at the King Arthur and the knights around justice, and we had that part of justice in us, the balance of nature that was in us growing up, and we see today chaos. That balance been out. They been took that out of balance because now it's been deified. Everything. You got where the order of these people, they done became knights. They done got knighted. So it was over 150 knights. So when you become a Mason, you get knighted. So just think about this. When in the 1920s, when the United States of America got bought by these banks, it was all knights. The Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the Rockefellers, DuPont, Soros family, Harrimonts, Wahlbergs, all this. And everything what I'm telling y'all, they came from a broadcast from on a radio show. Alright? This came from off a broadcast. I just took the time to be able to not only get it and write it and keep going with it and be able to keep it. Now it's talking about these people that make up these royal people. See, they want to show you on TV. They want to show you all these movies of back then about them living in these times. Especially one with the dragons and all of them, and they control all the elements and Merlin, the God of War pantheon, and all this stuff coming from out of Greco-Rome. And then the time when the Messiahs was coming in, and the time when Rome was living on the prestige side, when they were just doing everything. Where they was doing completely everything, anything they wanted to do. Worshiping all type of gods, when they was learning that coming from in and out of Kemet, learning that from Plato's and Pythagoras and all. Y'all know the names. So out of these Greek letters, today, all of the universities and stuff, they have the names. And it go in tie with these families, and also from the Council of Foreign Relations, the Club of Rome, the Committee of the 300, the Hidden Hand, left or the right. It's some more. Just keep looking. Now, if they say they love us and they care about us, then why hide who you are? All of these people are what they call philanthropists. All of the people that went into Kemet to steal all of our stuff are called philanthropists. Always remember that. So, these people that have been put in place since they showed the episode of Richard Pryor going in the tomb and saying, hey man, these black people, hey man, they say that God made the light and everything. They do. They shut the door and said, locked him in and said, gee, holy Japhet, burn it, tear it down. There's nothing here. And then they'll leave it there for 60 or 50, 70 years and then go back, dig it up, and then redo it, beat on it, and make it look like them, and then say it was them. Been doing it for years. Old trick playbook. Old trick in the playbook. They got. Yo, y'all didn't know they had a playbook? Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. See, this the thing. You know how we talk about, you hear everywhere talk about black people, right? But have you ever heard a white person ever talk to you about General Patton or Sergeant Pepper or Aleister Crowley or all of the messiahs that they knew from, that they say they were Caesars and they called them God? Why they not telling you? But the ones that's in these organizations, they know. But they sworn to secrecy, they can't tell you. Because I need you to be asleep. They have to protect and oversee the affairs of the system. These people are not elected. They're not elected, y'all. They selected all of them. All of from the president, all of them. You thinking that we going to go elect them people when you do the ballot and all that stuff? I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm going to tell you the truth. This real church, if you want to know. This is what the preacher should have been telling you. When you go to church, they should have been telling you the truth, but they can't because they sworn to secrecy. That's why they Masons now. All of them. TDJ, Creflo Dollar, all of them. Amazing. Free Eastern Stars, their wives, cousins, families, brothers. They doing the same thing. Matter of fact, they following the same thing that what they followed, what they did, because they got to be close. I got to love my enslaver instead of fighting for what's right. They said, what we gonna do is we gonna get along with him and try to beat him at his own game. You can't fight fire with fire. You have to fight fire with water. Henry P. Minton. You gotta forgive me if I say it wrong. Ogina Jackson. Dr. Eugene Henson. Dr. Edwin Howard. Dr. Robert Bailey. Dr. Julian Bailey. His brother built Duke University. The architect. That's all made by Mason. Just like Washington, D.C. It's copied off of the Temple of Aset. Benjamin Banneker did that. If you go to London, you see Big Ben. The clock. That's for Benjamin Banneker. Teach your kids this. Tell them the truth. That Dr. Richard J. Warren and Dr. W.E.D. Du Bois were both black history majors. Now, the reason why they have black history in this system, that's part of the ordinances of the Gentiles, because these people are now part of this system. Okay? This organization. So to honor these people, they give you Febros, which is under a Greek God symbol. Also, a real representation is something dealing with the constellation of the planets. So to let them get the knowledge of the planet's history and then give you the dogma of February as a month, and then we're going to shut it off. Same thing. Close the door. So basically these people were sellouts. All right? Did you know that Du Bois was approached in February of 1929 by a woman named Margaret Singer? Look her up. She Planned Parenthood. Also, Martin Luther King had his ties in it. All right, you find out later. Thank you to Malcolm X. Then on top of that, not only did Margaret Singer do this, all right, now if you go to Harlem, make this go out to New York, y'all, and let them know that telling the truth on this, that they opened the door for, especially in Harlem, the eugenics program. That was racist in itself. Singer also connected with the Rockefeller Foundation, the DuPonts, the Kellogg Cereal Family Foundation. They made the abortion clinics all throughout everywhere what you see today. And you wonder why we don't understand or know anything, because we don't know the trail. You follow the money. You follow them. All the money got not only the back but the front. All those figures and numbers and graphs and stuff on there, that means something. That don't just know don't mean nothing. They got to know where their money going. They made these stuff. John Taylor, y'all, all NBA players. Not only thanks to Mr. John Taylor, that was an athlete. That was the first athlete to be in white sports besides Jackie Robinson. All that they give you them, okay, but they don't want to give you him. I hope they do a movie about him, tell about him, because he was one of the founders of the Bole Society, now part of Sports and the Entertainment Complex. When you go to Hollywood right now, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz still own a gang of Hollywood right now. You just don't know about it. Miss 2022, about to be 23. And I'm telling you this right now. Just keep living. Listen, y'all. The Bole, the Black Bole, the spinoff from the Skull and Bone Society coming out of Yale University. I was a truck driver. I had to go up there to deliver a load. I had to go by Yale University. I was inquisitive. I got my butt out. I walked around the campus. I seen it. They got it all covered up with green grass, shrubbery, all this old mess. What you need to be covered all up for? That's why they killed him. He was on Donahue. Muhammad, I forgot, he was bald head man. He was talking about lifting up the skirt of the veil to uncover what y'all have hidden, and they turned it into some undertone line of him making a comment in another way, and they kept trying to run with that. And as you see things, as you get older and you keep living and you see things for yourself, you keep learning and seeing things for yourself. Come on, y'all, stay with me now. Stay with me. Don't go nowhere. Don't sleep on me. Don't go to bed. No, none of that. Hear me out on this, because this is good. Yo, the Bole was designed to provide financial help and assistance and a spiritual foundation to black people in black America. Okay? But the Bole was made to protect the system. Yeah. The undertone is we helping black America. That's why Pastor Geno Jenkins says, specifically coming from the Word of God, that it don't matter about how many hospitals you build. It don't matter how many organizations and foundations that you go to. You are still living a life under somebody else. Now, I ain't trying to get all churchy with you. You go look at Geno Jenkins yourself. You find out for yourself. All right, it's time for a lot of us men to get on here and start speaking, because a lot of us men have hidden back behind the shadows of being beat up, hurt, messed up by women, families broken, things that happened from the 80s have perpetuated till now, just like the 60s, just like the 50s, just like it has been an onward spiral. Over 430 years of a system to not only slow us down, but to bleed you out of your own color. This conservativeness in the black heritage is very important. It's supposed to support us, us being standing and all together. We seen all The Olympics, Jackie Robinson, all this stuff, right? We seen it. So listen, let's get into a little education on this point right here. The term Bole mean guardians of the ore. Okay? It also represents the griffin, what is a Grecian sphinx, a gargoyle, or a goblin. It is imprinted on LeBron James' chest. It's on there. But he never went to university. But he in the organization. We got to make sure, brother, we giving you all this money. And we got to have a little dirt on you while you out here painting a wonderful representation of a black man in this society. We still got this little dirt on you. Now, as long as he stay in scoring and breaking them records, he all right. Kobe Bryant. Had to be quiet right quick. Just out of respect. Because Kobe's part of all of this too. Part of all. We've been watching these since Jordan. Wanting to be like these people. Wanting to imitate how they play basketball. What they did in science. What they did in philosophy. What they did in lecture. From the great debaters with Denzel Washington. To everything. This gargoyle or logo or insignia, y'all, is a half man, half woman. It's a representation of the transgender sexual disorientation society. It's a reflection of the Greek letter. For some reason, I don't know why, but I know why. These people be having these freaky fantasies, these freaky things going on in their head. So a lot of this stuff, they can't say nothing about it. So we need to go up under here and we'll do this and we'll show you all this stuff. You know about the fun house? Pastor Gino Jenkins. Look, hey, stop the bull. Stop the bull. You know what's going on out here, and they are pushing this down to our kids. That's why they want hypersensitive. They're coming home. They've been coming home. Parents drunk, then the mother lover, all that stuff. It's been going on. But you act like it's been sleep. It ain't been sleep. It's a lie. It's a woke at night and in the day. So basically, let's go into this. The Greek sphinx, okay? It's a Bole term, also is from Greek, Persia. The Bole was the first son or daughter of the Baphomet. All right. This is to protect it through education, medicine, prison, sports, entertainment, and political. Okay? This is all the areas. Okay? Now, out of these areas were created more areas to create it. Everything is built upon the pyramid. Everything. Their logo is also interconnected with the Freemasons and the Scottish Rite, York Rite, Prince Hall, It's all connected. You can go to a university and need to do some stuff, but you don't want to join no big Greek letter. So maybe you want to clean the campus or something like that. Then you can go up under that, under something, be the daughters of Osiris or something like that. And here you is doing a ritual. You supposed to be cleaning the campus and everything. You done got a big sister or a big brother and all this stuff. And here come the fucking, all of it. It's going down. You in like Flynn. And guess what? You better be glad. You better hope your ass don't get recorded. Now, no black person, man or woman, was allowed to be a 33.5 degree back in the day. I remember Shaq said that. He said, I'm a 33.5 degree. Flashed his ring on TV. Yes, it did. So, the Bole, the youngest brother, right, is the skull and bones of Yale University, which was the first. All right, skull and bones, the younger brother, Bole, is tasked by the system of the Baphomet to protect it, and the younger brother, Skull and Bones, the blacks and the segregation at the time were prohibited to join. So during this time of segregation and stuff like that, this is how you get in with the white people, and then here you go, police pull you over. Back in the day, you on horse and buggy, and then you do this, and then your wife scared to the motherfucker, you know, the Ku Klux Klan out there, you know that it's black people that was Ku Klux Klan, and they was Masons, and they had Klan hats on, running around killing black people back then. Django showed us this, y'all, with Samuel L. Jackson that was in the house. We was crying when he died and everything, blew him up with dynamite. He was the one. They was running, yeah, the white coats is coming, the white coats is coming, all that. So check it out one time, big time. So during this time, these are what you call them taskmasters. All right, the Bole, they was tasked and assistant protectors, this Baphomet, man. Tupac and them knew about it. When Tupac and them knew about the Baphomet, everything was too late. Tupac was already taking naked pictures. He was doing all that, remember in the tub, y'all all that gold and stuff all on him. He already did the stuff right there. He had to get in. Unfortunately, if he, wherever Park at, if he dead or if he in Cuba, wherever he at, I'm glad he about that mess. Because I bet you where he at, if he live, if he dead, I bet he's shaking his head like, good Lord, have mercy, what in the world going on? Look at this, yuck. He said it in his raps a long time ago. He said it. He told us, he warned us. But the society, our society, didn't want you to pay no attention. All the news people are all owned by the system. They all had a huge meeting. They said, oh, snap. We got to go against this. So we gonna get all of the black leaders. Remember Powell and what was the other dude with the slick back hair? Him, yeah, Sharpton and all of them. Get all of them out there, get to talking all the NAACP, all that. Them ain't owned by no black people. Y'all, look, them people ain't owned by no black people, none of them. All right, the urn is the ashes, y'all, of dead people. The urns and stuff that they got from Kemet over there with Osiris and all Ra and Ramses. Them urns that had the wolf heads on it, all the different animal zoo types and all this stuff, had ashes in them. In The Mummy Returns, it was one part where he had it and he took it out and he took that, blew all the ashes out. All that. This is the spiritual systems of the DNA structure that's flowing with this power as solar people. They don't want to tell you that. So these gatekeepers, that what they have, that are ordered, all right, you call them right hand, left hand, where you want to. This is talking about spiritual, y'all, spiritual intelligence now. They are to keep the black diaspora, or the energy of our ancestors, locked up and kept at bay. And this is a mental and psycho thing that what we going through. And it is a death ritual that has been placed. All world leaders, black, they have been chosen, not elected. They have been selected as an overseer of the affairs of the shit of the black continent. They are in charge to keep us in check, keep the masses in check, They are all just like just crabs in the barrel. One go up, pull another down. The owners of the crab barrels are these people. All right, they are the creators of this. Okay, all the way down to protect their money is with the Fed. Okay, the barrel of money, people, the pool is honestly the banks. All right, they have been charged with this since 1913. So when 1920 came, they already know. Oh, let's jump in. We're gonna buy everything. Let's start the bullshit all the way, really now, and let's keep the bloodline going. They knew exactly. We was too busy jigabooing, and then they making up history and giving it to us to keep us subtle. Oh wow, we got some black people doing this and doing that. Wow, and guess what? Because they was backed up by them, portrayed as to be this, they was actually the watchdogs for them to protect their system of the house. And the people that was protecting this house, y'all, they are called the Pi Beta Kappa. They're the top of the Kappa Beta Pi Beta Kappa Beta Kappa. These are Zionist created organizations, created in spirit, Greek letter. They represent the educational system of the Boule Kappa Beta Pi, also extension of the Boule from 1776. You have Kappa Beta Pi, represent Kappa Beta Pi, represents the Wall Street connection of the Baphomet. Order is in 1904. Henry McGee Minton, y'all, light-skinned brother from another mother, had made this order with these people, and these names, as they became the Greek letter society, they immortalized these people, put them in schools, educational system, and these names represent these divine nine. All right, they the one gave this pan-Hellenistic Greek letter, which is the ordinances of the king, or the ordinances of the Gentiles that have been passed down since Alexander. Okay, back in 1906, Alpha Pi Alpha. Okay, 1911, Kappa Alpha Psi. All right, 1911, Omega Psi Phi. 1914, Phi Beta Sigma. 1963, Lota Pi Theta. 1908, Alpha Kappa Alpha. 1913, Delta Sigma Theta. 1920, Sigma Pi Beta. 1922, Sigma Gamma Rho. These 9 letters make up the original fathers of the Boule, designed to protect the Knights of the Round Table. Each member is made to protect each other. The higher members, that is now black, each knight has a system of darkness to be a gatekeeper and advisor to the king. Steve Harvey also mentioned that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you for telling the secrets. Now you're in trouble. These go back to the Greek government. Laurel or lower levels, bottom levels, tasked to be guardians, caretakers. The people are not allowed to know the secrets of the order. Because as you get more money, then that's when you start to understand more of the secrets. Because the more money you make, the more Hollywood you become, the more an order of life start to hit you in different ways. And then you go through what they call the initiate process that you must go by. When you are in that system, and if you refuse, then you might get buck broke. Or you might get, lynched. In the 1960s, y'all, Willie Lynch in Lynchburg, Virginia, I so happened to pass by there. Lynchburg and Vicksburg, his brother. They created this art they call, right, to the spirit, you are of your identity. Self-awareness of life and pursuit. They were letting the people do this for this system to keep you in line and in check. Now you are in another assignment now. That order's over with. We are bringing on a new system. You see the new president, see everything that will happen, see the affairs of life. See, people that are aware of the system go along with this way of life because it's been ordered down. They will never let you know. They will never tell you. That's just what it is. Now, basically, you got to be self-aware. Now that the universities have control over our children going in and out of school, paying all this money to do this, having this way by initiation as a custom, man versus man, woman versus woman, inside and out, or of the things that represent death to totality. All the arts have to represent death. Everything. Some people that we know have fought against this, this has happened to them. They didn't, even though they was part of the system. Another version of it is them not wanting to wear the dress or something in Hollywood. So they're going to make sure they wear the dress. They're going to make sure since 1987 as the agenda that they put out that's in the Library of Congress for all heterosexual males to become bisexual and to push this orientation all the way down from they call being involved in the dark arts or even spirit conjuring, spirit cooking up, being connected. And this is coming from education that they took that was a woman by the name of Madame Blavatsky. Now, Madame Blavatsky, y'all, she was not no well, yes, you call her Madame if you want to. Madame Blavatsky, even what was that boy? What was that man name? Michael Jackson. Oh yeah, Mike knew. He used to wear the letters. Aleister Crowley and Madame Blavatsky on his clothes and on his signet. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Just remember me, okay? Madame Blavatsky, at the time when I'm reading this right now, I don't know if she's 74 still. She was born November 30th, 1946 in Siberia. She was a performing artist, philanthropist, writer. She lived in Los Angeles, a filmmaker, and when she had a country home, it was off of Route 66. Born in Belgrade, Siberia. She has homes all throughout Cali, right? Something involving with Bible and the Exodus and with Moses. This lady is not like connected with it, but I believe they are pushing the agenda because we already went through that. Not only with the Ptolemies, but Alexander and these families that came from him already rewrote the Bible. So we already seen that. We already know that it was already all these other books that came from out the Bible. So part to even tie in themselves with that. Here you go, this coming from out of there. Now, this is something I was reading, right? It says that any Egyptian wanted to see their king, they would have to have themselves have access, right? In this Greco-Roman time, they would have to go have access, and they would have access to see what they would go to this Baphomet image or something. And during the time of Ptolemy, they would have intercourse to create this magic of light during this time. This is during timeline, Ptolemy 367 to 87 BCE. And before the Common Era. In church, they taught us BC meant before Christ. There's something else tied in with that. All right, on down the timeline. Louis Farrakhan, y'all, is an Omega Psi Phi. Louis Farrakhan. right? Dick Gregory was an alpha sci-fi. Okay? They even got a book. It was called The Divine Nine. All right? The society, they say what it is. They probably changed it now, but I remember back then it was called the National Pan-Hellenistic Council. That's what I remember. Dr. Charles Wesley, The History of the Sigma Pi Phi. All right? This goes into what they say Jewish gematria. All right? 666, the Kabbalah. As a Mason, thank you, Kevin Gates, to showing us also that after Christianity, you go right into Islam, the Quran. When you are a Mason, after you get out of Christianity, you go right into Islam, the Quran. The Quran was in Israel, all right? Over there, right? Remember all that over there? For over 80 years, the Caucasians was right over there with them, sitting there plotting and twisting and making sure they get that bread. And it's some organizations in the Quran, they go against it. There's some that know it and damn sure ain't gonna tell it. And there's some that that's in the system that don't even know what's going on in the upper levels because they too busy reading, studying the Quran so much and want to be such a perfect person, or I'm on my way, I'm making it, I'm going through life and I'm working so much and I'm doing that. They don't have no time to know the ins and outs and the in-betweens or the directness of what's been going on in the history. Because every Hebrew is a Jew, right? But every Jew is a Hebrew. So I'm trying to figure this thing. The Jews today ain't the original Hebrews. We know that. Hebrew means he rules. Hebrew. See, you say it in the English way because they didn't taught you this English. But when they was talking back then, they was speaking on a whole nother dialect and a whole nother context. You living in the area today, and you've been living there for a while, you are native to the area. You native. You know your way around, you go around, you native. So they want to classify you that as a people as you being native, African American. But because our people were the bloodline descendants of this land, it is now to be known as what you say the true original word. It is called natif. 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 That means that you have a birthright, not Hebrew, but by birthright of this land. All right? The Turkish bloodline Jews today are from Turkish. That's like a Turkish what's that? What is that? Prince Caspian and all them. They like mixed with that. Okay? They the ones that overtook like the Hebrews. If you read is Malachi or Matthew in the Bible, where it say that it was called the silence for 400 years. Those are when the Khazarians, that's what it was, y'all. Khazarian, they are Khazarian and Turkish bloodline. The Khazarians had plundered Jerusalem. They know that. They know they did that. How could one plunder another person, but they the same race, they the same people, or the same cousin, same blood? Because for some reason they are a war people. They already went to war with themselves for no reason. Over just killing each other and all that stuff. And they did the same thing throughout the Christian Crusades. You had the Rockefellers during World War I funding both sides of the war. Didn't give a damn. Long as it's in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and pass the ammunition. That's what it was. Because they go by this gematria, numerology. They want to know. They know when you die and put the date on you. All this mess. It's the overtook the system. The people of color, the Kabbalistic teachers, they interconnected with the Prince Hall Freemasons, the Pan-Hellenistic Council overseers by the Bole Society. Boles are the architect of chaos to bring into their order of this Baphomet system through the eyes of the system, the eyes of Ra. They have the talisman, the term of these people. When you work today, and you've always wondered, you got one or two blacks, you're here working there, doing a little bit of it. You go back in the day, even today, you work Spanish, you working for Spanish people, you black, you skinning and grinning, you got to grin, you got to wear it and bear it. That's the motto that's been ordered down. What you got to do. Other than that, truth, grin, and bear it. That's it. That's what you got to take. So that's the order of chaos for us. And to get it from the mud. All right. Now, part of this right here in this system, right, in this letter, it is to bring chaos because that's order for their system. So, John D. Rockefeller and W.E.D. Du Bois, when he hired him and recruited him, that's when they formulated the system as far as in the working world for men's being in an organization. One out of every 10 black men, if you could come into the workforce and you are to protect them, their system. This chaos theory and chaos magic causes chaos. We're in the order to cover up something there that the masters have created chaos to get a reaction. The reaction of the emotion, things that what we go to fuels this society. It fuels this dragon, this beast, the whore and all this stuff. It fuels it. Choo choo. That's what it does. The creation of this. They know we are going to react in a way to behold, or to behold, or to know, or to reject, or to accept the system. They know it. Chaos and acclamation and self-character when these masters will no longer need them, they will be sacrificed. In this satanic order of sacrifice, they'll be false bribed, false imprisoned. It is to keep us divided in the mind of self, of black liberation. It's a theology, even in universities. It is not rooted in any gospel. It's all political movement. The LBT was created by the KGB in 1941. The BLT, right? Black, come on. BLT, not no sandwich, right? But they act like a damn bacon, lettuce, and tomato. The KGB, y'all, this was created in 1941. Joseph Stalin was the leader. He was Jewish descent. He was sent to Central and South America to bring liberation theology. All right? Amongst the Jesuit, black, Latino, both part of the liberation black theology to bring the states of chaos in the black communities. It was to bring a reactionary thought to us as a people. They created pain, suffering, all this mess as a statistical study. And guess what? They never helped the communities. They just ran with the evilness. And we'll take that. Let's keep going. 2012, Trayvon Martin, family representation in courts of the firm were all Bolle members and the attorneys. They gave the birth to the confusion and not no justice for Trayvon. None. What no doggone justice. They created ignorance. And that's what these societies do. The Olima Society, where they use the Star or the Star of David or the Star of Prayer, all that. Philosophical Societies of Aleister Crowley, that's connected with them. All this dark arts, you become part of this. Animal nature become inside of you, inside and out, high levels of creation within the system. We talking about light and dark. They know what they doing when they do this. So you got one part attorney, this part this. You got one part where they want to be good, this part where they doing dirt. That's why I always say they ain't gonna never do right. They ain't gonna never do right, ever, never. Greek, Roman, they never. They ain't gonna never do right. Mules, cages, they ain't gonna never do right. Demonology, they ain't gonna never do right. Spears, nards, your wise nard. Dealing with the Bible, the spit, atonement, flicker, power, insight, power of Christ. It's just everything connected with the Bible. They got everything backed up. They got a counterpart, everything. Timeline. Anything God has, the devil has. Consider a counterpart. Consider themselves talking about they wise nards. A person, wise nard. Nard. The lock in. The term warlock. Male witch, female witch. Male warlock is insignia. I told you, half man, female, transgender, divine unity of the two. Contrast bringing unity, duality, high energy, magic. Ekope, Ekroft. The tree. Kabbalah. Ivy Clare was the author. Helped wrote a book talking about all this. About the Ekope. Spell it backwards and left and up and down. All this mess. Hebrew language. Ekope. Yeah. See, this is stuff that what they say you're not supposed to be. You're supposed to be focused on doing other stuff. You're supposed to be worried about it. You ain't supposed to be, because see, this stopped it. When you start learning, all that worrying shit, you let go of that and you get to focusing on what you really need to focus on. You get to really getting down, but don't worry about nothing. You stay working and doing what you do. Come on here with me and I'll put you up on game. There it is right there. Now we're gonna take care of two birds with one stone. There it is. So this society that's named is Ekope, right? It's a feminine society. In Latin America, they got a lesbian Spanish society, Ekope, Epic, or Ekroft, which is dealing with, they call equals to a force. All right, Hollywood levels is you have to give up something. Sacrifice. Family, mom, dad, all that, cousin, whatever. You have to give them up for something. You can't be trusted in this society without having a little dirt on you. Thank you, Mr. Denzel Washington, for telling us the truth and training that. Thank you. You know, I tell during the census that we had took and taking African American, from being a Mexican to Latino and everything from Spain, Christopher Columbus, Latin American, treating us the way they do. Why you got to be, they see it's different when you get to New York, you part of the Caribbean and you got that in you like that, and you light and bright and you right. You know, if you dark or you like this, it's a different story. See, these people just ain't coming out and saying nothing yet. but they've been treated a certain way. They have been done a certain way. They just been getting in to fit in for a very long time. Now, our children are being able to tap into a lot of this stuff that's consuming them in their mind. Now, what you've been taught that Lucifer is bad. But Lucifer has been bringing the light of this knowledge from the adversary. Lucifer, Satan, the devil, all what you've been taught has been flipped. It's been flipped. It's a big flip. Alright? If you can know about Gabriel, if you can know about Michael, if you know Lucifer was a fallen star, it's all metaphorical. When you start reading books, remember it's going to be many stories in life. It ain't just no one story that's going to just lead you the right way. No, it's many stories of the different attributes of what the Most High, omnipotent, almighty is. And she. It's female energy just as well as there is male energy. It is two energies. I don't care how they tell you how the universe was made, all this stuff. It's still those energies. Now, they have to protect their energy. You know, they have to decipher their darkness and protect their energy. They Lucifer, a Cope, a Cape, high levels of warlock magic that they allowed themselves and their children to tap into. The darkness of inside them. It's even in Genesis. Chapter 6. You're going to look it up. When you go back to the 1800s, you're going to see a lot. Just go back in that time and start looking up some stuff. When you start looking at the history, you're going to be able to see something. You're going to be able to say something. It was a resistance against the system too. It's always have. It's a book. It's called The Legacy of the Queen. You could go look it up. All right? It's always going to be something dealing with something being shaped like a woman. All the time. So you got to understand that as your spiritual eyes is opening up. The Ouroboros. Have y'all heard of that before? Alright. Or a snake eating its own tail. Alright. Medical terminology. Medical terms. Medical tech companies. High tech firma. These places come out of Long Island. Devil's Island. Jekyll's Island. Yeah. They got these places. The MI6 or the CIA, they got an Israeli Masonic. The Israeli Masonic is the one that was in with the movie with Keanu Reeves when he was cutting his fingers and shit off. It is what they give you. It's hidden in plain sight. The female goddesses dealing with the divas, diva deviation related to the snake python, connected to any other, the divinity energies. The diva energies, Kemet, the great Hathor. They have to take our energy. It's another one. The Bo was the name of a female Greek mythological demonology, deviation rooted with witchcraft. It's called that now. See, when you get to understand why it's called that, then you can understand and see the altered state of all the entities. Even when you're talking about telekinesis, overtaking your personality, power of the influence. That's why they used to tell you back in the day, don't talk so loud. Don't talk so loud, because they're going to be able to hear what you're talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yep. Smart ones do. Yep. They talking about high-ranking demons, and you got Chinese demonology. You got the epoch demonology, personality, altering personality spirits. These global elite protect the order of the Unum Sanctum. That's in the Vatican. The Unum Sanctum is this closet or vault that got these bowls in them. And they got these writings all over it. And they take these writings, letters and shit, and write their shit on there and put it in there, and all of a sudden this shit start happening. Witchcraft. In Rome, Vatican. Boule members given a demon name in the Greek letter, society, mythological, Egyptian, wages and customs to get to tap into the mule's cage. These demons are the cage of the mind and person are trying to get inside of this cage. What does this mean? This means, number one, dark arts. Number two, become a wise nard. 3, the occult Ebok tree of Ecroft. It's a counterfeit tree of life. It's the Lucifer. It's an acronym, abbreviation formed from another word. Its initial letter of the other words, L, Lucifer, S, Satan, D, Devish, is basically by the CIA from 1953. The Zionist named Cindy Godland created the compound LSD, was a Pythagorean, a Pythagorean Osiris darkness all together. These words, y'all, I just spelled. Did you know that it spelled mean coronavirus when you break it down? When you break it down, that's exactly when you break it down. It's sad, but it ain't sad. But it's sad to know that this created through Greek, and this ain't no quote like bull jive, like, and I quote like, I put it like this: when you get this Greek name, Chronos, chronology, there's certain things that oversee that. It might be timeology. It might be this much. You get these certain attributes about, you get blessings with, as they say. You get the stunt. It's part of the serpent man, part of the Hellenistic society that we in right now. This virus wasn't an accident in dealing with the powers and the structures that be of these forces birthed, and then this legacy that they have created in history. The centenaria, Latin, corona, Romanian word, coronin, injected in order to cripple, ruin, plunge. This virus is a creation from any one of them into the detestability, or to just detest, just to mess up someone on a deep level. Virus invented, spelled back, in vitro, spelled backwards. Virus, in vitro, INVINVRITRO. That's what it's a Greek word. All right. ORTIVNI. Excuse me. Chaos, meaning order of, of the talking about dead seas. All right. 95% of the medical terminology that you see are the graphs or signias and stuff like that. It's all demons, as they say, are the different Romans from Persia. The dictionary says that corona, it is in the upper portion of the body, the skull, the tooth, skull and bone. All these things are connected. They interconnected. The term Vatican, left to right, spelled backwards, Khazarian word, Nasitiva, Nasi, I was born Ta ZZ, letters Hebrew, alphabet meaning for the noun. The truth is encoded in words backwards. They masking it, they inverting it, they reversing it, and being brought into time in play. It don't matter. If you're not seeing Hebrew, you was birthed. Tava meaning science, technology. Vatican meaning birth. And the Jesuit, the Knights of Malta, the Assyrian, they deal poison, tactics, sorceries. This been going on since the 1540s. This been going on but in Los Angeles, it's so crazy how the Spanish influx of Catholic, Loyola, theologian, Peter, founder, Francis Xavier, founder of the religious order called the Society of Jesus, General was in Paris in 1541. Loyola Marymount. That's out here. I've been up there. He was a high-ranking Mason. Over there, one of the 7 founding fathers of the Jesuit liberation theology. Okay? And the Black liberation theology are Jesuit orders that are overseeing the education, science, political, sports, entertainment. And it's to protect the system. All right. Pope Boniface made the birth certificate. You have to learn who is Pope Boniface. Yeah. The 8th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Because they the ones that gave this number meaning that we know about when you born in. And that they signed over your souls as an attachment to this. As the bill of the lantern. Or the bill of manifest. About them bowls and stuff. I'm not jiving with you. Contracts on your soul. That's why they need you to believe in Christ so much. So they can recycle your soul. Sorry if you don't care. You're going to get your... I don't know what they want. I don't know. But the black nobilities of today, of the people are the owners of connecting, they're the owners. The bourgeoisie, the coup d'etats, yeah, the Joneses. All right, the upper class blacks, the 1 in 10 black men and women, the owning blacks. Landowners, all that. Oh yeah. See, they got their own program running. And while we out here thinking that, yeah, we getting it and we doing all this, and you connecting with them people, and you connecting with them, you getting this money and everything. I always say this, what were you going to do? What happened if they shut it off? Black Friday, y'all, this is slavery after Thanksgiving. Black Friday. Go out to the stores, you do that. Where they sold us for a discounted price. The KKK was not created by the Republic Party, by the Democratic. White people did not create the KKK. They were created by a man by the name of Judith B. Benjamin. Albert Pike was the face, both a Zionist and a Khazarian Secretary for State of War. Pike! Excuse me for getting excited like that. He didn't create nothing. He was the face. Civil War. They ain't knew blacks. That's why they got so mad at Dave Chappelle for playing Tyrone Bigsby, because he was showing you the truth. It was black Confederates. Hell, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It was going down. Why was there a real war found fault anyway. The movie's Avengers was showing us the hidden meaning of that because the land in the South had oil. The North came to reconstruct the South because of a union. Black slaves, which I told y'all, we were sharecroppers. We took on this slave, and all this stuff happened to us because they were passing laws and putting the Bible out, creating new Bibles, different versions to beat people, beat slaves and everything. Look, I got it right here. Look, it say right here, I can kick your ass. Come here, let me hit your mouth. That's just what it was. And you gonna love me. Remember, Truth, Grin, and Barry. Okay? We was the ones put on the front lines to get your head blown off, shot all up and all that stuff. But they want you to forget that. Forget all that stuff. You never did nothing to become something. Before this, in the 1904, something became into an existence. The Boule selected what they call the archons. We getting into the Latin thing now with demons. In Latin America, Eastern Roman Empire, or the Byzantine, continuation of the Roman Eastern provinces. What you thought doing the provinces because they states now? They gave up their provinces? No. Why you think Syria fighting with them over there? Get it out your head. During the antiquity, Middle Ages, city capitals was Constantine or Constantinople. They had meetings about this stuff. When you are archerness, you're a female. When you are male, you're an archon. But in other words, these are going to be called black nobility. This is a strategy or a strategist. That's why I had to take out signs and symbols. All right. Archon is interconnected to the word abraxas, or you say the word abracadabra. In the never-ending story, they show you all that. LeBron James got it all across his chest. This is the altered state of the demonic consciousness. The GOAT. There is a coin of this abracadabra mess system in the world connected with the timeline society. It's connected with Aleister Crowley, Society of the Temple. Half male, half fish, female insignia. Starbucks, siren, or demon logo. Templar Society. 1941, it was a convention, in Los Angeles, Greek amphitheater that was in Griffin Park. Okay? I had to stop the video. I noticed that the timeline was looping. I noticed that when I was talking, it's playing, the video playing, but it's still going. So it's looping. But you hear me, I got a stutter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna worry about no stutter. I'm gonna send it out just like the way it is. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna pray about it right now. And I'm gonna shoot for the best and pray for the best, that y'all get in it, that y'all just understand everything of what I'm saying, because there's power in the message. That's the reason for it, right now. It's power in the message, because it's about educating and each one teach one, and being able to know what you don't know. being able to tap in to you learning more than what they're telling you. Now, you know, when I was talking to you earlier, I had left off. I was talking about the Greek amphitheater. Right? It's over there in Los Angeles, California. Maybe y'all can start noticing different things in your area. And start writing them down. And start looking for yourself and take your own observation. And then when you notice, when you get hit with the spirit and you notice it, you'll be like, what's that? What's that? What's that about? What's that? And then you'll start to question yourself. Now, Griffin Park out here, y'all, is 3,000 acres. It was donated in the 1930s. Okay, Griffin J. Griffin was part of the society that was called the Odd Fellas. Remember, I'm talking about the left and right hand. Now, this is an English order in England. They are an offshoot of the Scottish Rite. Now, you know how gangs have offshoot gangs? Same thing. I know R. Kelly, you know, he went down for the stuff that what he did. But let's use common sense. Okay? If Mr. Kelly was singing in the streets, found in the streets, breaded in the streets, got his singing talent and harmony from the streets. Say he couldn't read a lick, but he got it from the streets. What them people out there was behind him when he joined that mess? We know Kelly was a Mason. I know Kelly went to the fun room. He did. Matter of fact, his house was the fun room. So to cover up, we're going to give you this. Blackmail. They trying to kill me. Martin Lawrence said the same thing. Now, this land was donated to hold all the conventions. Dr. Emmett Scott was the overseer and assistant to Booker J. Washington. Okay. Mr. Booker J. Washington went to Tuskegee University Institute, home of science. Who has to protect the science system, y'all? Okay then. Okay. So, we know that the science system, George Washington Carver, all the way back from World War II, I apologize, during the Tuskegee Airmen, the 80 freeway in the United States, 80 highway, is known when you get down there by Denver, Colorado, it's called the Tuskegee Airmen Freeway. Is dedicated to our ancestors out here. I felt so honorable riding on that highway when I was out there learning about the United States of America. See, I got a chance to go all over and talk to a lot of people. I've even had people confess to me and tell me that the Caucasian race is what you call the devil. This has stuck with me throughout all my life, that I've bumped into so many people that have told me the truth about life, and I have went back to my people, and I have been ridiculed, I have been talked about, I've been said I'm crazy, I've been off the chain with it, I don't know what I'm talking about. I done got more damn ridicule here in the hood than what I done got driving in the doggone states. I know y'all heard that country come out right there. 400 African American males between 1932 and 1972 experimented on the Tuskegee syphilis study, and was an ethical abuse study by the United States Public Health Services Prevention, CDC. Men was not informed of the nature of the experiment. Over 100 plus men died as a result, with lasting effects today. So they went home, made love to their wives, had children, everything. They still was giving these people. It was a man by the name that did this experiment by the time. They used to call him Crazy Legs. Crazy Legs knew how to dance. Crazy Legs, boy, get on that dance floor, boy, and dance his tail off. Boy, he was the best. They studied him and his dance patterns and his habits and all that shit. Mannerism, how he talked, how he grooved. They wrote all that down during this experiment. By the time they got done putting so much syphilis in that man, he couldn't even walk no more. Why they don't tell you this history in the schools? Because they want you to love your oppressor. They want you to love them. That's why they don't want you to talk, get crazy or get mad and all that stuff. Because not only is it unbecoming of you, it's not part of the Bole society. It's not part of the letter. You are the prestige of the United States of America, right? Okay, all right. The reality that it was over 600 plus men and women. They just want to tell you about men. It was women too. Even back then, to protect the system, they murdered people. Well, don't they do it today? So let's not act like this not happening no more. Let's stop pretending. Let's stop pretending like we a dog or a cat chasing its tail. Okay? Now, to understand this, y'all, that who was Dr. Robert T. Moulton? Who was that? Dr. Moulton was against Washington. Booker T. was against Booker T. Washington, okay? In 1914 was against the conspiracy to test black men and women with syphilis. Okay? Moulton and Scott was working secretly with Woodrow Wilson. Y'all know who Woodrow Wilson was. 1915, Booker T. Washington is dead. The autopsy found huge amounts of syphilis in his body. Even after the man was died for over 40 plus years, they kept testing and sex testing the sexticide on us. Julius Rosenwald, American businessman, a leader, Sears and Roebuck's company. He was a philanthropist. Remember, you always have that word. Donated million matching funds to promote vocational and technical education. $5 million to the Tuskegee Institute by lying to Booker T. Washington about the whole thing. Moulton and Scott overseed the financial distribution and used it to take out their own mentor, but still they were with Woodrow Wilson. See, the reason why they have masqueraded themselves under this art of secrecy is because that no man or no woman is to know the hidden hand. Nobody told you to go do. Yeah, they did tell you to go do it. That's a lie. But you had a choice. You should have said no. And kept on loving us and fighting so we can have something in life. Instead of y'all just setting up having everything in life, and then we down here in this crabs in the bucket, fuck it type mentality. Making up the right to drugs and crack. The right to kids on meth. The right to this fentanyl, the right to ice, the right to glass. You got black bourgeoisies and stuff getting this stuff down from the pharmaceutical, inventing a new strand of it because all of them smart and intelligent, super smart. That's what y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's what they had to get. And then they bring that shit right on down here because all their cousins them live down here in the hood, and that's why all of them get rich. And then they get to become the rappers and all this stuff like that, and it's all drug money. It's a handed down chain of command. Now by this, assigning this, you become a black Scientologist, become anything. John Zella James, Georgia State Senate, Chairwoman, Foundation of Youth Democratic Special Judiciary, and Economic Development Committees. All right, January 2020, still in the chair and the protector of the Bole Church Scientology right now. Is chosen by the state governor Jeff Duncan to be a part of the 24 committee members commissioned to remove the American Psychiatric Association, 38,800 plus members, mainly American, some international, founded in October 16th of 1844. The headquarters was in Virginia. The revenue for this American Psychiatric Association, back then the revenue was $50.56 million. They only had a total of 236 employees. So you divide that 58.56 million, divide that by 236, and you see how much how much money each person was getting out of this. Now, because this is a money maker, and because now you know what's going on with the American Psychiatric Association, they ain't doing nothing. Look at all the homeless everywhere you go. All the homeless people you see all out in the street, crazy, talking themselves, boo-booing all people in all over the place, acting like. Now look here, check it out. They about to incorporate something. The science arts, what they call of clearing. Now they want to go into this visualization of you being a better person and you this and you that. Because they still want to make sure that we make sure we get you where you ain't going to do nothing to us. It is what it is. I got to get you to get along. So basically, Dr. Marcus Mosiah Garvey sought out to unify and connect people of the African descent worldwide. Jamaica came to New York in the 1900s. It was an African-centered origin, right? Set up the United Negro Empowerment Association. In the early 1920s, Marcus Garvey was a threat to the order of the structure of the power at that time. The NAIA, 1 million members around the world before the internet. They had traditional marketing. So each one was able to go out and unify and talk about everything that was going on. They are using that same system today to keep their wealth and power. He was teaching us about self-sustainment, self-independence. He went to Greenwood, Oklahoma. Okay? He went there. The history of the Black Wall Street, the Millionaire Row. He was neutralized by the United States government because he was teaching us about God, you being good, about being bad aspects about your living, all this stuff. They had to want to get you up out of there. He had to get you up out of here, learn another language, all that stuff. Henry Menton, W.E. Du Bois made a plan with J. Edgar Hoover, director of the Bureau of Investigation at the time. Later became the Federal Reserve Bureau of Investigation in 1935 because of Hoover. They put out a lie that he was stealing money and embezzlement, and that he was connected with the KKK. A. Philip Randolph was the main to put out the lie. The man wrote books, founded organizations. Remember, he's a Bole member. He was from Manhattan. He was from the Brotherhood. He was from Florida. He died in New York. He was connected to the KKK. He was used to destroy us because they were teaching us to depend on the system by using influence on us to see our reaction, to motivate us in another direction in the system. This has been going on since 1904. They motivate us to go in a different direction. I'm live on this podcast, and I'm talking about what's going on today in the system. This has been on my heart for a very long time. You know, Garvey had Black Star Line ships. He had went to prison. See how he was telling everybody the part. This was back in the 1920s. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But something back then was going on too. Y'all in the 1920s. That's why they had to destroy all that stuff. It was, I got a picture of all of the black places that was doing good, like Black Wall Street that was in Tulsa. And each and every one of them, all of them got destroyed. For some apparent reason. You got to do you look it up too. Do your homework on that too. I don't want to just take all the fun out of this for you. Just take all the fun. No. I remember they was talking about where Garvey I went to court. George oversaw the system. Julian Mack. You know the case. His parents, they was all Bavarian Jews. Khazarian Jew members of the Anti-Defamation League. The Brana Birth is an international Jewish non-governmental agency in the USA. They convicted Garvey. Julian Mack was one of the founding fathers of the NAACP. All right. Henry Meskowitz, founder of the National Organization of Advancement of Colored People, he wrote books. He was born in Romania, real estate investor, New Yorker, founder of real estate companies, the Argo Corporation, founded Prima Hotel chains in Israel. All black committees are run by Jews' money. All of them. All of them. All of them. Unless you're a non-profit organization. So they probably boost themselves up. I'm a non-profit. Okay. We'll see. All black committees. George Soros is a Hungarian-American inventor, philanthropist. He donated billions to open the Society Foundation for Black Lives Matter and the Me Too movement. Okay? He's also a social engineer, all right? Practitioner of chaos theory, all right? These higher ups, these men and women, are controlling us at the round table. Are people through this Bole system, okay? All these leagues are protect the system, political, entertainment. They deal with mind control, speaking to protect. They warlocks, they witches, they black millionaires. I know someone didn't want you to know I know. Kobe tried to tell us. You know, Kobe tried to let us know. Kobe got tired. Put smear campaigns out on him. Talked about him. Even put the little thing out of him dying in the helicopter. Was threatening his life. He couldn't say nothing. Kobe kept on. 81. You know what? Rappers don't really own anything. When you die, you gonna take it with you? I mean, for real, when you leave here, you gonna take it with you? They gotta protect the system. To get the minds of the black people, you must do it from the pulpit also. If you didn't think so. The black preachers, whatever they say, the people will follow. Thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King. Yeah, because he supported the eugenics in 1966. See, he had to find out through that movement with that meeting with Malcolm X. Then that right there bust the ball where he said we're going to go on the poor man's campaign. He said we're going to go and we're going to let them know about what's going on. Because see, the thing is, y'all, we were sharecropping. And they was taking all the money that we were sharecropping from, instead of being fair, they giving everything royalties to Caucasians. People that came from Europe. The mixed people that were like from after they done went to Ireland and then raped up there. Now they coming here with red hair and they went to Europe and then they didn't like them over there and they came here and then we got a sharecrop and stuff with them and stuff. And they coming down here from Canada, Ireland, all that. Yeah, oh yeah. People from Europe, all that stuff. We had to help them. Sharecrop with them while they passing laws and they doing all that. They just taking the land till it wasn't no more land. They said, here, take this book. Yeah, they supported Martin Luther King and Lyndon Bass Johnson. 2 years later, King was assassinated. Both received the Margaret Sanger Award, Planned Parenthood Federation, 1966 to 2015. It's 2022 now. It's okay. It's all right if you didn't know it. It's all right if you're over there and you holding your face, because it is a genocide against our own. To protect their compound, to protect their house. Where we're supposed to have unity in our community. And I really do demand that we stand for unity in our community. I demand it. I really do. It's time. It been time. It been time for all the G's to come together, everybody, to have a big camp meeting. Without all that bull, without all that fighting, with all that, and get down to understanding what time we in and what's going on right now. Because strong unity will keep everybody together. Not having a subconscious, not being able to break free from these people to understand who we are, then you turn on your own. You got to break that cycle. Just like Gayle King. Remember when she used to talk about us? She was using witchcraft. She was using witchcraft and using that, the media, TV, as being the medium, and projecting that on us. And all the black women got all that and everything. They do all that. They part of that society, that feminist group movement stuff. Malcolm X said that they were in the house, them house Negroes, to keep everyone else in check in the church. Black people are crazy and will talk about your ass in a hot minute. They love the unstableness. It's the unstableness. Not all blacks. Not all blacks. Because I'm surely don't. I do just what I'm doing right now. And stay to myself. Thank you. And stay to myself. And don't be tripping off of nobody else's business. Because everybody's business ain't your business. Huh. Straight up. You know why I talk like this? Because I learned it from home. You learn it at home first. And then you take it abroad. Now usually when you take it abroad, you don't talk about what you take abroad. You know what you took abroad. You keep it right up in here. Up in here. Up in here. We have one parent homes in the inner city. Down poverty homes, apartments, whatever it is. Homeless. Skid Row. You know what I'm saying? The unstableness. Could you actually, I'm telling you the real. This is actually a design plan teaching us. It's like an unsound argument. It's a mistaken belief. It's a failure in reasoning to keep us downtrodden. To keep us down. Crabs in the barrel. So the gatekeepers can oversee the system or the plantation way of thinking. Just because they took them chains off don't mean that you ain't enshackled or enslaved mentally. That's why they took them off. They got done. After you beat a dog, a horse, any animal so much, after a while it will become submissive to you. This is a form of a terrible way of doing anything. But this is what they learned as being a war type people. This is what you get from this type of way of living. So y'all think about the word, y'all think about Nike, all right? Nike, all right? Nike, half their sales come from us, right? 50%, and we don't even know really about it, and we love them so much about their shoes, Jordan, everything. But the whole shoe company and everything, we haven't even took the time to understand, or just to put where the money, shares, stocks, and bonds with that. You got people out here that's teaching you, right? White man is the devil. All right? Ooh. White man the devil. White man the devil. White man the devil. All that, right? You know that some other people defame other people, and it's a reason. It's called drama. Drama. The drama is just to stir up shit. To keep you unfree. Because if you're free, you at B. But if you ain't free, that means you're dead. Because they knew that there is layers to this game. It's layers of protection. You hear me? Because we would begin to wake up. And understand some things and stop overlooking things and overtake things that's in our life. And that is what they truly are afraid of. I'm just speaking the truth. Because the truth will set you free. The truth of the word of God is not to bind you, not to blind you, not to make you where you don't know nothing, you deaf, dumb, and you can't see, can't hear, and can't talk. That's bullshit. Alright? First of all, I ain't no leader like that, like in the church. Now y'all know that. But we are a world-class people. Alright? I believe that in my heart. We just got caught up in all this cat and mouse stuff and all these organizations, and I am me, myself, and I. I'm simply giving you a timeline that I knew from a time of learning through insight and through education to care about my own. Even if I am not there physically for my friends and for family, we need to have and know what's missing now for each of us to see what the damages have been done and to know the truth for ourselves. You know, they have the Theosophical Society. They have the Lima Society. They have 12 different meanings. I'll give you a few. The Marithra, Sanskrit, Hindu, Pakistan, Lima instruction with gymnasiums, and they do singings and they do plays and they do especially dancing and training. They teach their horses. This is a big thing. This ain't no little thing. It's been going on for a very long time. Thelema, another word in Aramaic, or Mithra, is an Indo-European. Hindu, all of it connected. They got over 70 million natives of the Maharashtra, India, Indo-Aryan languages involving early forms of Prakrit, Tibet, and Sanskrit, ancient language, which ain't ancient, it's Johnny come late, exotic Indian book, and you can find that too. They say that if it's sister languages of that. Now, in that sister language, no brother can be part of that manifesto. Just like in some of their manifestos, if no brother dies within the course of the year of whatever they is, they lodge has designed a time for them to die within the year or whatever. For then it has to have a sacrifice, or a person has to be chosen. If they try to hide, they'll go kill their family. Now, why would you want to join something like this? Why? What? Just to get money? Just to become, because you smart and you went to school and you did this and you took the knowledge of us about the hexagram and the 6-pointed star. These are spiritual sciences that came from out of Kemet, dealing with the universe. That's all. It ain't nothing big. It's just like if you went to school to go study math or science, the geometry, trigonometry. That's all. They trying to make it, listen, learning about acronyms and the hexi. The hexi is part of the 666 to get you out to understand what that is. Okay? They told you it was evil. Now, parts of it, that what they say through the hexagram in the life portal where we are born, is 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, 6 protons. That's carbon. Okay? They had to deify all that, make it all evil, put all this in place. From Assyria, Persia and all this stuff. All that stuff is dealing with the Greco-Roman time. We wasn't even here, y'all. We just getting bits and pieces of this stuff that we putting together. All these different levels of darkness to a spiritual gain of powers of financial glories. Powers they have on their own appointed toward the direction of their own chosen ones. The same ones that get you in be the same ones that take you out. Always remember that. January 26th is the days of their sacrifice days. Just like in all of the solstices and times of jubilees and the times of all these memorial days and all this stuff. These is all war days that go against the real lunar calendar. Now it's a lunar Bavarian or Bole calendar that they go by. God does not go by time. That's why I wear no watches. There's no such thing as time. No such thing as time. We go by seasons. That's why they want to mess with the seasons. That's why you need to learn astrology. Because they never change. They can't tap that. They can tap everything else. Always remember that. Just like it's 2021, they say it's probably not the date of 2021, 2022 coming up. It's probably a whole nother day. And since that time that we're here right now in this time, it's something epic happening right now. Let me give you some more about what I was talking about February. February means the name after the Greek entity Februos. Look after the homosexuality in the mythology, right? And as far as Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day was started by a homosexual man that was in the Catholic Church during this time of Constantine. He used to go throughout Rome giving out street addresses on a card to solicit sex to men. The Belmont States was a slave owner estate that was funded, made, produced by Zionists, that he burned his slaves at the stakes. This is horse racing. So what do you think the original racers were? Animals, as they say. Put a chain, had them down on fours like a dog. Nobody want to be accountable for this. They give them a pass because they know all of this stuff I'm talking about in this their history. So they give them a pass for all this stuff they done. That's why they filthy rich. Got all them Shaq got all them businesses. Shaq used to be down here in the hood off of Main Street telling on all them Main Street brothers, locking them up and all that stuff like that when they was winning all them championships out here. In the Bole, all just blacks in the Black Order Society. They all ain't black. No, Greensburg is a white Bole. Jack Greensburg, he was the attorney, a good friend of Thurgood Marshall. Represented the Round Table and to protect Jack. 1954, Jack, along with the Thurgood Marshall, Brown versus Board of Education in the Supreme Court. Jack was a Bole member and one of the NAACP members. First, 30 years controlled by Jews and Muslims, over 80 years over in their town, settled up shop. Jews and Muslims for over 80 years. I told you, as a member, you do the Christianity thing, then you get into the Quran. They right in there, welcome you right on in. And they do the whole thing where they cut your pinky off, mess with your kids when they born. It's sad to know that they custom of what Jewish custom of when the kids be born, that they actually give that baby oil after circumcision. This is what they do. What you looking at me for like that? What you looking at me for like that? It's what you didn't know? That's why they keep that shit a secret. One time I passed by one of them. I was passing by one of them. I said, he lit. He said, "Happy Sabbath, y'all." He didn't want to say nothing, all that. And I said, "Happy Sabbath." He said, "Happy Sabbath." I said, "When you gonna give back all the blacks that money you took?" You should have seen that man get in that car, get the jiggling them keys, getting in that Benz. I just kept walking. I was laughing to myself. I just kept walking. I was laughing to myself. I said, "They will never give it up. They will never give up the will of the urn of the Greek speaks. The darkness that come in layers, different layers, to protect itself and each other. To protect the layers of the global top, global elite. There's nothing wrong with you dying on your feet than you dying on your knees." And excuse me for being blunt and straight, direct, straightforward, and talking with some compassion, with some feeling, with some oomph. You know, because they don't like that. When you talk like that, they don't like that. He talking that violent stuff. He's causing war. Why? Because I'm telling the truth. Don't die, punk. Don't die, no coward. Be brave. Be a man. Ask God to protect you. God protect me. Ashe, amen. And so it is. I have to tell you the truth, because everyone says that, especially in my family too, they don't give a damn about us. And maybe anything else. Well, I do. It matters to me. I don't brush it off my shoulder like I'm the shit, or I'm a shit stain on the floor. Like Bernie Mac said, fuck that. They talk about us, they talk about each other, they talked about Marcus Garvey, they talked about Tupac, they talked about Jesus. They just gonna talk about you. That's why they need to be your friend, because they low key say little stuff to you to get under your skin, but you better not act crazy or nothing, because then I'm gonna call police on you. I'm gonna say you acting fool, because you showing emotion about what you know and what you feel. They haters. Anyone that want to call you out, call you names, can you fat, call you whatever, is wrong. They wrong. Wrong is wrong. And they don't care that they're wrong. They don't care. You can discover more if you go to www.thespeaker.com. It should be still up. You should be able to find some more stuff that are good information, good facts, stuff like that. Hey, y'all, guess what? Paul Walker and Vin Diesel were part of the Bolay. They had charities. They was connected to the Falima Society, the Panias. Remember they was hit with by that hurricane in Tasmania, them relief efforts and all that long time, that charity and all that stuff that they did a long time ago. It was about for the Philippine people. It was being funneled, y'all, by the CIA and the Red Cross, and interjected to the people with substances that didn't help the people gain no health, no nothing. No speedy recovery, no relief. Same thing with Katrina. When we gonna wake up? When we gonna see that, you know, certain people and certain things that's just in place, it is not to help you gain nothing. It ain't help you to gain nothing. It ain't helping you at all. So Y'all, I'm about to go to the next one. Go get on the next one. Bring some more good stuff to y'all. Thank you for listening to this broadcast. I appreciate you taking your time, your energy. I know you probably gonna replay a lot of this stuff. I know you're gonna share it, and I know you had a good time. So I want to thank you so much, and I'm gonna see you on the next broadcast.